Welcome to the second episode of Transpowered Leader with me, Malcolm Stephens. In the previous episode of Transpowered Leader, we had seen what is leadership and what are the critical factors that are required to be a transformational leader. In this second episode, I'm going to focus primarily on what is this concept of Transpowered Leader? What do you actually mean by it? The second concept which we're going to talk about is the importance of power for every leader. And the third aspect we're going to focus on is how do we use this power effectively to actually transform what we want to transform and be a truly transformational leader. Let me begin by explaining what is Transpowered Leader. Every transformational leader needs to have the power required to transform. In his journey of being a transformational leader, power becomes a very important aspect of enabling him to transform. Transpower is acquiring the power to transform. And any leader who has this power, we say, is a transpowered leader. In my experience of almost 3 decades and having worked with some of the best transformational leaders, I have understood one simple thing, that each one of them in their transformational journey has gone through some very defining transformative moments. And these transformative moments have led to their metamorphosis. Now, what are these transformative moments? These are challenges and situations in their life which they had never faced before, which made them evolve, made them understand life, made them understand how to handle difficult situations, which left them to go through this process of transformation. The process of metamorphosis is best explained in understanding how a caterpillar transforms itself to being a butterfly. And why do we say transform? Because you cannot have a butterfly becoming a caterpillar again. So caterpillar goes through a lot of pain, a lot of transformative moments in its process of metamorphosing from being a caterpillar to a butterfly. Earlier in this episode, I had explained to you what is transpower. Transpower is the power required to transform. So let me dwell on this concept of power. What is power? Power is defined as the ability of an individual to influence the thoughts and actions of other people around him. Now, how is it applicable to leadership? A leader who gets the power is in a better position to actually transform people around him. He is able to influence their thoughts and actions. So as I said, power is defined as the ability of an individual to influence the thoughts and actions of others around him. Let's understand that how do you harness this power? What makes people influence the thoughts and actions of people around? Studies have shown that there are different bases of power. One of the first base of power is the reward power. Now, what is reward power? When you are in a position to reward people, to give them gifts, give them promotions, give them increments, reward them with money, these people get influenced by you. They start doing things for you. So this we say is reward power. The second base of power which people use to influence the thoughts and actions of others is called as coercive power. Coercive power is when you are in a position to threaten people. You are able to create a fear in people because of which they follow you. They get influenced by you. For example, if you are in a position to terminate a job of a person, if you are in a position to send a person home from his workplace, or if you are able to threaten somebody and put a fear into a person which will force him to follow you, okay, that we say is coercive power. Another base of power we say is legitimate power. Now, what is legitimate power? You are appointed as a principal of a college or a school. You are appointed as a CEO or a head of a department. You've just got a promotion as a manager or as a vice president or a senior individual, or you have been now nominated as the chairman of your society. All these are positions which have been given to you, and you are actually having the right, which we say is you are legitimately in a position where you can influence the thoughts and actions of people. One more very interesting base of power is what we call as referent power. Now, what is referent power? Now, suppose I'm close to somebody who is very powerful, somebody who exerts power on people around, and I'm very close to this person. For example, I'm very close to the principal of my school. I'm very close to the CEO or head of the organization. Then when I speak to people, I also appear to be powerful, and people listen to me. They get influenced by me. I change their thoughts and actions and make them do what I want to do. And this is called as referent power. One of the very positive bases of power is the expert power. Expert power is the power which I can harness through my expertise, the knowledge which I have, the skills which I have, and the ability which I have to help people, to transform them, to help them in their job, help them in their work, because of which they get influenced. They come to me because I have the expertise. And honestly speaking, the best power one can possess in this entire journey of being a transformational leader is to have the expert power. Because expert power is the power which gives you a power to influence people without actually having a position, without having connections with individuals, without having an ability to reward people. You still can have power over others. How do we develop this expert power? Expert power can be developed by enhancing our competencies. In other words, if you want to be a truly transformational leader and you want to use the expert power to influence the thoughts and actions of people around you, you need to enhance your leader competencies. Now, what are these leader competencies based on? It's based on three critical factors. The first being your knowledge. The amount of knowledge you possess in the field which you are placed and you are leading, and you're trying to create a transformation. For example, you have been positioned as a head of a school, or you have been positioned as a head of a group of teachers, or you have now become the CEO of a company, or you have become head of a department. Then you need to have the necessary knowledge to actually help people to work better. You need to have domain expertise. You need to have knowledge about your industry. You need to have knowledge about your organization. You need to have knowledge about the various things which is required to improve the organization. So first aspect is knowledge. The second aspect of competency is skill. So now that you have the necessary knowledge related to your organization or your domain, you need to develop the skills required to translate this knowledge into actual action. When you develop the skills, it becomes very easy to show the way, to lead the way, to transform things around you, to teach people new skills and develop their skills too. And the third aspect of competency is ability. Now that you acquired the knowledge, you developed the skills, you now need to keep practicing this, keep enhancing your skills so that you constantly keep improving your ability. So three aspects of competency is knowledge, your skill, and your ability. Now, if a leader works on these three factors of competency with a lot of intensity, with a lot of integrity, then he can evolve his expert power to such a level where he truly becomes transformational, where he truly is able to influence the thoughts and actions of people around him, and possibly also take them from being a follower to becoming a leader. So in this episode, we saw how power is so very critical to be a transformational leader. I'll see you again in the next episode of Transpowered Leader. This is Malcolm Stephens signing off.